I know you've been wondering what bookish gifts to ask for, or if someone sent you this video, that means that they want one of these gifts in this video. All of these gifts are very, very bookish, so I feel like you guys will definitely enjoy this video, but also they're very unique. A lot of them, Brady has actually gotten them for me, and if you guys know, he's the king of giving gifts. Honestly, I'm a little scared because I don't know what he's gonna get me for Christmas this year, but I am gonna share some of the things that he has picked out for me that I've loved, and also a few things that I've just like bought for myself. So if you guys are excited about just getting gifts for Christmas or giving them that are like bookish related, let me know in the comments below, and also let me know some of your favorite gifts you've ever gotten, because we can kind of all together collectively have a nice little list to go through. But we're gonna start with one of my favorites. So this is a very unique gift, and a lot of the stuff I'm sharing is like physical because I own it, or I just like have it on hand because I've like bought it or whatever. But this was a gift that Brady got me for my birthday. It says Camp Schroeder to Shaughnessy's birthday bookstore trip. And he planned this entire trip for me to go to Chicago to go on a little bookstore tour. On the inside of this book, he has rules, and it says that Shaughnessy must pick out one and only one book from each bookstore. If she can't find one she likes, she'll have to take a chance on one. If she finds two, she'll have to make the hard decision on which one to take home. And it says that there's like a bunch of rules for each category. So for the romance book category, I could only get one friends to lovers book, one enemies to lovers book, one second chance romance trope book, and one romance book that has any trope. For the thriller books, I had to get one book that I've never heard of before, and one book someone has recommended. And I also had to get a book to buddy read with a friend, and it could be of any genre. And then I also had to get a book that was outside of my comfort zone. This can be any genre, just something that I wouldn't normally pick out to read. And then I also had to get two books by Black authors. One had to be in a series, and one had to be from an author that I've never read before. So that kind of made the bookstore tour feel a little bit more unique than just like, hey, I'm gonna pay for some books when we go to the bookstore, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt very unique having these rules, and it was really fun to kind of like look through this list and be like, okay, which books have I already gotten? Like, have I gotten a friends to lovers trope? Have I not gotten one? And then he also printed out all of these different pictures for the bookstore. Oh, the rules continue on the back. I totally forgot about this. Also, another rule is that the categories can't overlap. For example, if I pick out a friends to lovers book by a Black author, I must either choose if it's gonna fill the Black author category or if it's gonna fill the friends to lovers category in the romance trope section. Can't be both. Another rule is that the max time allowed in one bookstore is 45 minutes to make a selection, which was actually so hard, but it was good that we had a max time limit because we were there for such a long time. I'll link the video below if you wanna see like us going through the Chicago bookstores. And then another rule was I can only check Goodreads a max of 8 times, which was actually really hard, but it was nice because it made me just decide on what I wanted, not based on what everybody else was saying, whether the book was like good or not. I ran out of those Goodreads checks really fast, but we went to Myopic Bookstore, Semicolon Bookstore, Da Book Joint Bookstore, which Semicolon and Da Book Joint were both Black-owned bookstores. We also went to Roscoe Books, The Bookseller, Unabridged Bookstore, Open Books, City Lit Books. Bookstore number 9 was Uncharted Books, and 10 was Pilsen Community Books. Now, on the bottom it said, don't see a store you like to visit, no problem, feel free to swap out any of these stores for a different store of your choosing. And again, there's pictures with each one and a little description of each bookstore, which isn't that hard to get. Like, you can literally just go onto the internet and like print out a little description of each bookstore. And then there's a little scorecard on the back that has like all the different things that I was looking for. So the friends to lovers book, the book I've never heard of before, and that kind of thing. This was such a cool, unique gift. Obviously, buying the books themselves was probably the most expensive thing. You could easily do this in your own town and just say like, we're gonna go to this used bookstore, we're gonna go to this small bookstore, or we're gonna go, you know, whatever, and then buy the books. But I think that instead of being like, here's a gift card to Barnes & Noble, or here's a gift card to a bookstore, you can like put in a little extra effort and get this or give this to someone. Again, you could also do this for a friend if you want to give books to a friend and not have to just give them a gift card. You can say, you know, we're gonna do a little bookstore tour and I will buy you one book from these 4 stores or whatever. Obviously books are expensive, but if you add in like used bookstores onto the little list, it'll definitely be a lot more affordable. I love going to used bookstores, and a lot of time you can find books for like under $4. So I think the hopping around was just as fun as like going to the bookstores themselves and just making memories together. So that was a gift that I loved. Another unique gift that Brady picked up for me was, now this is, again, I'm using some of the best gifts first because I know that you guys are probably like itching to get these ideas of like what you could ask for or what you can give for someone else for Christmas. He got this book, Into the Dark, by Jessa Hastings. This was the 5th book in a series, one of my favorite series. This was a 6-star read for me. Such an incredible book. Now, you can see there is no back on this book. There's also no spine on this book. If I go down, I think I actually ended up buying the copy of this because I wanted to keep this as like a memento almost, but I did want to have the like actual physical copy of what was in the store. This is the store copy. This is how it looks when you buy it from the store, okay? He bombarded the emails of the publishing company to get this book. And he also sent emails to Jessa Hastings. He sent DMs to them. I think that this is such a great gift to get an ARC, which is an advanced reader copy for someone. Again, this is probably a harder thing to do, but it's worth a chance to shoot your shot. Like send an email, send a message. This was free, so you know what I mean? It just is like taking the work to do it is probably the biggest obstacle. But if they send it to you, it's like, that's literally magical. So I think that this is another great gift to get or to give. If you know one of your best friends has a series that they absolutely love, maybe shoot your shot. Send a DM or an email to the author, to the publishing house, or to whoever like needs to be to be contacted to get a book that they love, because I feel like they will really appreciate this if you're able to get your hands on it. And again, I got this in December, obviously for Christmas, but the book was not released until I think February or March. So I got it like a pretty good amount ahead of time. And again, they literally like were like, this is not even a bound book yet. Like it doesn't even have a back or a spine or anything. Like this is not even the real spine. So I'm keeping this forever. And then she also like engraved the inside. It says, wishing you and Brady a very Merry Christmas. Love, Jessa and the Magnolia Parks team. This book will be so special to me. I love it so much. I do think another easy way to give someone a book that they love or a book by someone that they love is by, I'm trying not to knock everything over here, giving them special edition books. So I bought the special edition copy of Into the Dark, Long Way Home, and Magnolia Parks. These were pricey. I think they were about $90 for all 3 of these. I want to say they were like $30 a piece. Granted, they're pricey, but like if you buy the regular book in store, they're gonna be like 20 bucks. So like you're really spending 10 extra dollars for something that's like really, really special. And special edition copies obviously are hard to come by, but they're not as hard to come by as they used to be. I feel like in the past it was like, if you got a special edition copy, like you were just golden. Like they would sell out. Like now, type in like a book and type in special edition copy and there'll be so many options that come up. And I feel like a lot of the time you can, even if you can't find a special edition copy that looks like this, that has like a totally new cover or something, you might be able to find something that looks like this that has a new cover, but I keep moving this over. You might be able to find something that has a new cover, and has like maybe shimmery words, but isn't something that is like as wild as, you know, the books that I just showed you. So these, again, just have a new cover. You can also find books in Barnes & Noble with sprayed edges. A lot of authors will release books for a second time and they'll have like really colorful edges on the books. You just kind of have to go look and browse through, maybe make a little list of books that your friends love or your significant other, and go into Barnes & Noble and see if you can find something, or Google special edition copy of whatever book that is. And I feel like special edition copies, again, are great gifts because most people who love a book might love it, but they might not buy every single special edition copy. Like I have seen this in multiple special edition copies. Like there are so many options. This is the Compass series by Brittany Cherry. And a lot of them have sold out. Like this, you can't buy this series anymore. But I think that's part of like the lore. It's like something that makes it cool. If you go to Mercari, there's a lot of used books there that you can get that have special edition covers. If you also go to like Etsy, sometimes people will like make different things like bookmarks, or they'll make like special covers for books that they've just like created on their own. I think that those are great ways to connect someone with a book that they so dearly love. Another thing that Brittany also got me that is a great gift is to buy a book embosser. I feel like you'll find this a lot on videos like this with, you know, things to give people for Christmas because it's such a great gift. If you press down on this, it will make like my name and like first and last name inside of the book. And it's not like a stamp. It literally just like presses the pages and it creates like something that's written on there. This is perfect for book lovers, especially if you are passing on just like a gift or a book to someone and you kind of want it back. This will let them know that it's like your book. And another great gift is to buy them these cards. These are book club cards from a shop friend of mine. It's such a great brand. I just bought these recently, so I have not used them yet. They come in this little plastic and they have questions that are book specific. So like on the back of this, it says, what's your least favorite romance trope? You don't even have to use it for book club. It's just book related questions that I think are so perfect for book lovers. Or if you like want to get closer to your friend or your partner and you want to know like what books do they love, like buy them this and play it together. I can guarantee you that a book lover wants to talk about books, and this is a great way to do it. Another way to have like a great Christmas gift for a book lover is to buy them a bookish puzzle. I think this is such a fun way to keep books like at the forefront, but also maybe do something else like listen to an audiobook or a podcast or music you love while working on this puzzle. I will link everything below that I have here for the most part. This one you can just grab at Barnes & Noble, but there's so many other puzzle options as well. Another thing that I think is great to get for book lovers are these little book sleeves. I love book sleeves. They're perfect for your books if you're throwing them into totes, which I feel like most bookish people do. When you carry a book with you, you don't want to get the pages bent up, and book sleeves help that to not be an issue. This is obviously a bigger book, so it has a bigger book sleeve, and thankfully this book sleeve is so big, so it holds this book, but this one right here is the biggest size. You can see the book is in here. And I tried to put it in this one, which was a little bit smaller of a size, and it didn't fit. So that's something to keep in mind if you are going to buy book sleeves. But again, these are perfect gifts, and they're great if someone just like carries around physical books a lot. Another great gift, which I feel like you'll also see on a lot of videos like this, is to get bookish merch. This one was one that Brady got for me. Loved it so much, and I think I loved it because it's so unique. It isn't just like your typical bookish merch. So here are a few typical bookish merch items, okay, before I show you the one that he got me. This is like a Magnolia Parks crew neck. It says, how's the weather, Parks? You can get a lot of these on Etsy. Just type in like crew neck, you know, bookish merch, whatever. I know House of Jupiter also has a lot of bookish merch, which is where I got this right here. It says, how's the weather, Parks? And then I also have this, and it says, please don't talk to me while I'm reading. You can get something that doesn't necessarily have to do with a specific book. And I will link a few of my favorite like Christmassy sweaters below, but the one that I think is the most special that Brady got for me is this one right here. You can get these from Etsy. I will link this specific sweater or one super similar to it below. What I love about this is he looked on my shelf, or looked at my Goodreads, I think that's what he did, and he looked at the highest rated books on my Goodreads that I've like read and loved, and he put those on this little sweater. So you can see that it says Magnolia Parks, Love and Other Words, Before I Let Go, If He Had Been With Me, which those are some of my very highly rated reads. And I just think that's so cute. So whenever I wear this, people will know that like those are books that I really loved. And I just think that that is such a special, creative, and thoughtful gift. Again, I think one of the biggest things about getting gifts for people isn't even the price. Because I mean, again, this sweater was probably like 18 bucks or something on, or 20 bucks, whatever, maybe max 40. I don't even think that it's that high. Like, I really think that it's like probably 20 bucks. Cause again, this doesn't even have like a tag on it. I think it's just like just like they just iron this on or whatever. But I think the thing that makes it most special is that he went onto my Goodreads to look at the books that I love to put them on this crew neck. So that is the thing that I think stands out the most. When you give someone a gift and you personalize it to them, it just makes it that much more special. I also think a great gift are just like little bookish things like candles. This one, it says enemies to lovers. So if you know that like someone you love has a specific trope that they love, go to Barnes & Noble. They have all of these little candles and they have all the different tropes. They have enemies to lovers. They have like friends to lovers. Find out the trope that they like and give them a candle. This is actually one of my favorite scents. It smells so good. It says, smells like heated fights and steamy nights, vanilla orchid and jasmine. Such a great gift to get at Barnes & Noble. And also another item that I think is great is a little book light. You can hook this to your book and read if you are in the dark. I like to bring this on planes because sometimes the light above like my seat is a little too bright, especially if it's like dark and people are trying to sleep. So I'll use this on planes, which is great. Another thing that is great is to get someone a Kindle case. My Kindle was stolen, so I don't actually have my Kindle. It was stolen whenever we went out of town. Someone just grabbed our luggage and like it was in there. But a Kindle case is a great option. I had the Kindle Scribe and I was obsessed with my Scribe. So I feel like a lot of people who just have Kindles are always in need of a new fun case. This is from Vista Cases, but you can also get fun cases on Etsy. Etsy, I think, is one of the great like places for bookish gifts. And I think another great gift is to get someone a little book stand that's personalized. Brady got this one. I'm not sure where he got this, but again, you can get book stands like this on Etsy. I love this. It's like leather. I just think it's so fun. You can sit it on your table or you can sit it in your like bathroom and leave your book or your Kindle or whatever sitting up. One thing about Kindles especially is like if it's laying flat, it's obviously hard to read. And so if someone is wanting to like read but they're like doing something and they're not able to like sit it upright, a book as well, you can lean it on something like this. And another great gift is to get someone a little bath caddy. This is mine. I've had mine for years. I think I've had this for maybe like 6 years or something. It's a nice bath caddy. You can see that there's all these little like sections for drinks or for little things, and then you can flip this up and read your book on it. I use this all the time. It's one of my favorite gifts. So yeah, those are all of the gifts that I think would be great to give someone for Christmas or to give to like friend, partner, or whatever. I think the biggest thing when you're going to give a gift is to just make it be very intentional and very focused to them, because the person is gonna like love whatever you get, but they're gonna love it if you like take time and effort into it. So for example, instead of being like, here's a Barnes & Noble gift card, be like, hey, we're gonna go to Barnes & Noble and I'm gonna time you. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Barnes & Noble challenge. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes to browse around the store, and then I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to pick as many books as you want. Well, not 5, maybe like 1 minute, because 5 minutes they would buy out the whole store. Or like, I'm gonna give you, 1 minute to grab as many books as you can in your hand, and all the books that you can hold in your hand are the books that I'll buy. So things like that I feel like are great ideas for gifts versus just being like, here's a gift card or here's some money. I think people love those. I think that those are great like intentions to have for someone that you want to give for a gift. Like, here's some money, but I think putting time and effort and energy into it makes it even more special. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I'm definitely forgetting some gifts, especially that Brady has gotten me, because he is the king of getting gifts. Like, he is so good at getting gifts. I can't even explain it. He actually recently took me to a book like festival, which again would be another Christmas gift that's great. He looked up online like romance only book like festivals or book conferences, and we went to the Book Bash in Lexington, Kentucky. Really loved when we went there. But another thing that was great was he reached out to my favorite author, Kendi Ryan, and got an interview with her where I could like interview her for 30 minutes and ask about whatever I wanted. And like, that was just really special. And again, obviously it cost for us to go to Kentucky. We had to drive there, like hotel and all the things, but you could easily set up an interview with someone's favorite author just like on Instagram or something like that, and just reach out to them and say, hey, like, would you be willing to do an interview? Like, I would love to do a Christmas gift for my girlfriend or for my best friend or whatever. I think that creative gifts like that are so incredibly special. I know I've talked about how Brady, could literally sing his praises, how Brady has, one time he did this really special gift where, I don't think I've actually shared this like recently, but I shared it a while back, where I had always wanted a white kitchen, and I went out of town on vacation, and I came back and he had painted all of our cabinets white. Now, did he get us new cabinets? No, we didn't have the money for that at the time, but he went out, bought some white paint, and took the entire weekend to paint the cabinets. They were like a navy, like dark color. If you go back and look at my old videos, like in our old house, you'll see. And he painted those like blue, like dark colored cabinets to white, and he changed the hardware. I think it was like, I don't know, I think it was like pink or something. They changed it to gold. Looked incredible, but it took more time than it did money. And I think that that's the biggest things you have to remember, is it's not even really about the money. It's more about the intention and the thoughtfulness that you put behind what you're giving someone. I also received like the sweetest gift from Brady to a movie theater, which I also shared. If you go to like one of my shorts, like the highest, like one of the highest viewed shorts, you'll see it. He rented out a movie theater, and all he had to, not all, because it is a lot of work, but like he paid for the licensing of the movie, because the movie that I love is A Walk to Remember, and the movie theater didn't have that licensing, but he paid for the licensing of the movie theater, and he rented out the room. You can rent out a room at AMC, like, just for family, for friends, for whatever, like it's available online. Like you can do that. So I think things like that are just such thoughtful and unique gifts. And I just feel so grateful to have a husband who loves me and will give gifts like that. And I'll also do the same for him. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys got a lot of bookish like gift ideas, and comment below one of the most special gifts that you've gotten. I know I'm forgetting some things that Brady's gotten for me, and I'm really trying not to, but he's just so great at giving gifts, and he knows that that is like one of my like top love languages, along with words of affirmation. Oh my gosh, now that I'm thinking words of affirmation, I am forgetting a gift. This isn't bookish, but it is very special. Every single anniversary, my husband, he actually bought a journal, and every single anniversary he writes what our year was like, which again I think is a great gift. So he'll write usually 2-3 pages, and he'll say like, dear, you know, Shaughnessy or whatever, this year was blah, 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 like we went through this and this happened, we were excited about this, we were stressed about this. And then it's nice to like look back and like read through those things, because you kind of see like how our relationship and marriage has evolved over the 12 years we've been together. He started that, I think, like 4 years ago, I'm pretty sure. So like I have a few of those. Not bookish, but I do think that someone who loves books would love that, because again, you're reading something very special. He's also written a poem for me whenever my dad passed, and it was just like his way of sharing how all my feelings are so valid. He reached out to an artist, I think you could do this on like Fiverr, to create a song for me, and it was a song based on our love, and so like he had to share what he wanted the artist to say, and then he turned it into a song. There's so many different unique fun things that you could do for someone that you love, and I feel like you just have to use your noggin and like be creative. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.